Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for the week of January 16th through 2024. Find myself saying 2023 a lot for these readings this week. We're back to weekly readings now that I'm back from traveling, so I hope you've all had a good new year. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you watching and on board. If you find this reading helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please give it a like and leave me a comment if you would like. And if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you back again. I hope that means that you are finding these readings helpful. And again, also feel free to give me a like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to, please consider doing so. This is a reading for Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, and those with potentially strong Aquarius someplace in their chart. And just wanted to mention that down in the description below, I have links to my PayPal donation link is down there for those who are interested in donating. Obviously, people don't have to. And I want to give a big thank you to those who have donated to me. Your donations really help me keep moving things on this channel. And I also have a link to my website, liminalreiki.com, where you can see what kind of services I offer in terms of spiritual coaching, tarot, Reiki, astrology, both Western and Vedic, and also human design, which I do as part of this giant life path. So yeah, if that interests you, you can definitely check that out. This week, if you're new to this channel, you'll know that I do these readings. I will do a horoscope spread, 12 cards for the 12 houses of astrology, and I read on that basis. Looking at this gives me a bigger picture of what's going on in your life. Rather than, say, just looking at love or just looking at career, which is fine. You can definitely do that. But this gives a broader outlook. And I use the cartouche cards, which is an Egyptian system that I've been using for almost 37 years. Those are my main deck. And then I clarify with a tarot deck. And the tarot deck I'm using is the Spirit Within Tarot this week. And I have an extra oracle that I use at the end just to give a kind of a summation. And this week I'm using the Avebury Oracle. Avebury, if you don't know what it is, Avebury. This is a place in England. If you've heard of Stonehenge, then Avebury is very similar in the sense that it is a site with ancient megaliths from about 6,000 years ago, only it has a village built inside of the actual stone circle, which is, it's a really, really great place. So if you ever visit England, I definitely recommend a visit to Avebury. Well, these cards are based on images from that area. So, okay. So that all said, let's break into your reading. So first house for you, Aquarius, this is Aries energy, ruled by Mars. This is about you, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. You have the Knight of Wands with the winged disc. So you are definitely a go-getter. You are, you are off and running. The Knight of Wands, as you can see, he's got the wand in his hand and he's running forward. Usually he is shown running running on a horse. I think the only horse that's shown faster with a figure that's running faster in the tarot is the Knight of Swords. But this is definitely the idea that you are pumped up and ready to go. You have overcome certain obstacles. You are certainly showing this can-do attitude that can overcome challenges or self-doubts. Only thing that comes when we have the Knight of Wands that we need to be careful of is that you don't become impatient, impetuous, or impulsive. Let's look at all of our I words here. But you don't want to be, you may want to look before you leap in certain situations. So if it's perfectly fine to be ambitious, to be fired up and ready to move ahead. But you want to make sure you're not just dashing into something and later on saying, oh, I should have thought about that. So, but I think you are going to be fired up and restless and ready to go this week. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with your finances. So this is your money, possessions. This is ruled by Venus. So we're also talking about your personal values, luxuries, things like that. And okay, so you have Anubis with the Two of Cups. So Anubis would suggest you're probably being a bit protective with your money right now, Aquarius. Maybe you're revisiting your spending, how maybe you're doing things. Now you have it with the Two of Cups, so this implies to me that perhaps money being spent on another person, whether this person be somebody like a lover or a girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever. I mean, that's entirely possible. Or there could be another person who's somehow involved in your financial situation. Could also be a friend or a family member as well. But there definitely seems to be somebody else affecting your finances this week. And with Anubis, there definitely seems to be this idea of wanting to protect your finances. So whether you have somebody who's involved and you feel that, I don't know, maybe you feel that they're overspending, or maybe maybe it's a new thing for you and you're having a tendency to potentially overspend. Anubis would suggest a need for sort of boundaries or protection around your money a little bit. Overall, I mean, Anubis is a good card, and it would suggest that whatever happens, that you are protected and that you are home and dry. And it's also possible that this person who's showing up could be somebody who's going to help or assist with your finances. So take it all as it resonates. I don't really see this as a negative combination, but there definitely seems to be this idea of, there's this idea between, about boundaries and the idea about somebody else being involved in your financial situation. So take that as it feels like it applies. Third house for you is Gemini energy. So this is communication, messages, potentially short trips, sibling relationships, and also if you're in your own business, this can have to do with your self-effort. Okay, so we have air with the Hanged Man. Now, air in the Gemini house definitely indicates messages coming in. Okay, so there's messages coming in about something. Now, you have this with the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man indicates the situation that's stuck, that's in a stalemate of some kind. Usually this comes up when or maybe you've been waiting for a message or waiting for a situation to become unstuck. Whether this has to do with business, whether it's just something more general. I mean, because this is a general house of communication. Hanged Man, though, indicates the need to take a broader perspective on something. So I have a feeling, you're in a situation that maybe feels stuck, but the message that may be coming in is that there's maybe new information. You may need to look at something differently. The thing about the Hanged Man is you'll see this person who's hanging upside down, making a number 4 with his, with the leg right here. And 4s tend to have to do with stability or a lack of change. But the fact that this person is upside down, it's almost the idea of standing on your head and taking a different look at the situation. So I don't know. So there's some kind of messages coming in that may, they may require a sacrifice of some kind, or they may be breaking a stalemate in your thinking of some kind. So see what that ends up being about. Fourth house, this is Cancer energy. So this is your home, your environment. This is what, your family situation, potentially having to do with the mother. And okay, so this is interesting. This is the second time I've seen this combination this week, which is Sphinx with the 3 of Cups. And these two are very, very opposite in what their message is. Because the 3 of Cups, as you can see, there's people dancing, partying, celebrating. It's almost like there's an occasion for celebration. Maybe there's going to be a get-together with family. Maybe there's going to be a get-together in your home or a reconciliation with somebody. But see, Sphinx here is about holding back. It's about not speaking up, about being patient, saying nothing about something. So it's really the opposite in the sense this is about going out and getting out there. This is about staying quiet. But this could also imply a social event or something, or maybe a family event in which there could be something secret that's revealed. Because when when Sphinx comes up, Sphinx has to do with things that are hidden, things that need to be uncovered. So I don't know. I feel like I feel like in this case there could be some kind of a gathering, celebration, or social event, or a reconciliation, because sometimes 3 of Cups brings somebody around from the past who is returning. In any case, I feel like there's information. You wait and see what's going to be revealed here, because Sphinx, to me, I think the word I would associate with it is excavation, as a sense of digging into a situation. So if we're talking about an ancestral situation or something connected to family, there could be something that you're learning here from a third party here, or potentially at a social event. Okay, 5th house. 5th house is Leo energy, and this is creativity, children, love affairs, also leisure time, what you do to be playful, just to take some time out. Okay, so we have water with the 8 of Pentacles. So not really so much leisure time when you have 8 of Pentacles, because this is somebody, as you can see, who is getting to work. Now this person's on a sewing machine, so maybe for some of you, this is literally somebody who's dealing with sewing or fashion or making things of some kind, or crafting things. but it doesn't have to be that. It's just the idea that there's some project that I feel like you are getting to work on, or perhaps you could have a lover, or this is a house of love affairs. If you're a single person, maybe there's somebody you're interested in who's spending a lot of time working right now on something, or maybe even a child of yours maybe working on or towards something. All those things are possible in the 5th house. So you take it, again, general reading, take it as it resonates. But we have this with the water card. And water indicates movement or change in something. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this Hanged Man over here. I'm looking at this Knight of Wands. I just feel like you're in a space where you are ready to move forward with something. And I feel like this is just something creative here. Maybe something of emotional importance to you. Water can come up when there's a journey across water or to water. Water may be a point of inspiration. You could even be dealing with a water sign person for some of you, if you're, if we're dealing with this idea here of busyness. But generally speaking, I don't know. I feel like this coming up here, I feel like that you are anxious to get to work on something that is meaningful to you. Maybe something that has been stuck, as we see here with the Hanged Man. And now you're looking at this as though, okay, I'm ready to get moving. So yeah, Aquarius, right now I just feel like you are, it's new year, potentially new you, new confident you, and you are looking to make some changes here, and to sort out some kinds of relationship issues around money and family, or something around family as well. So this is sort of what we've got so far. Now, if I move to the 6th house, the 6th house has to do with your health. It has to do with work of some kind, job or service that you might do. And it can also have to do with worries and anxieties, sometimes with domestic animals too. Occasionally I'll see a card that relates to a pet that might be relevant to some people. But we have Hathor with the 8 of Wands. Okay, again, we have this idea of rapid change. I've got the Knight of Wands in the 1st house. I've got, I've got air and water in the, these houses of communication and creativity. And now you've got the 8 of Wands, which is another really fast moving card. It's about messages going back and forth, about something happening very, very swiftly. And we have it with Hathor. Now, I have to mention, with Hathor, with this here, Hathor sometimes as a job or career thing, this literally can mean something to do with sewing or fashion or something that we think of as being quote unquote domestic, right? So that the fact that I'm seeing those two together, I think that may apply to some people. But Hathor here, I don't know, there's very strong feminine energy. It's a Virgo house, and I feel that Virgo is one of the strong aspects of Hathor, because it may be somebody who's working to get organized or to get something together. Certainly in terms of health, Hathor shows up sometimes if we are having health issues that are around food or nutrition. So it could be that if you are experiencing, allergy problems or stomach problems or even headaches or something like that, one of the things that, again, by the way, this is not a medical diagnosis of any kind, but there's a suggestion here that diet might be a factor to be looked at, okay? So again, take that as it resonates here. But I definitely feel here like there's going to be some kind of a movement or change. And again, potentially this could be around a job situation with Hathor being here. And the other possibility here is that this sudden change may come through a woman, or maybe an offer from a woman. I realize this is a lot of different options here, but because it's general, I want to kind of try to go over what all the obvious combinations seem to be here. I mean, occasionally I will get a message about what I feel it's about, but that also may be a message for a very specific person. So, take what makes sense for you. Okay, 7th house is Libra energy, and Libra has to do with relationships. So legal partnerships of certain kinds, whether, it could be a marriage, it can be a business partnership or a contractual situation. Libra, as you know, is the scales of justice. So sometimes there is a strong legal component to this, but also about balancing partnership. It is ruled by Venus also in the same way that the 2nd house is. Although legal matters tend to show up more in the 9th house in general. So I don't know that I would say it's specifically about law, but it definitely is about something that has two sides here. And we have Horus with the Ace of Wands. Okay, so for some of you, okay, I'm looking down here. okay, Horus is a very, this is a relationship with someone very charming, very popular, somebody who's almost heroic in nature, strong Leo energy associated with Horus, okay? There's also this sense of healing. So for some of you, maybe this is going to be a new relationship that is going to provide a healing vibe with someone who is very dynamic, very charismatic, possibly a fire sign, because we've also got the Ace of Wands, which is the root of fire. This also suggests something that is strongly passionate, like a very passionate new beginning of something. So for some of you, this may be a new long-term relationship with long-term potential, certainly. That is very inspirational, that can lead to creativity. Maybe there's going to be strong family connections and ties and things like that that are connected with Horus. But definitely, very strong fiery energy here showing up in your 7th house. I mean, if you're already married or already in a situation or perhaps not looking for someone, then definitely there's an idea of a partnership that is going to be inspirational in some way, or maybe your current partner is going to be inspirational or inspired. Because with this Ace of Wands, certainly if we're talking love, this is a very strong indicator of strong passions and strong feelings. And if this is somebody who you're getting involved with, this could be somebody who's just extremely potentially talented or good looking. I mean, or just charismatic, maybe all three. And a lot of desire there. So yeah, take that as it resonates. If that's something going on in your life, then this definitely is a good sign that you are off to a very good and passionate start. Although, as I mentioned with the Knight of Wands over here, this may be, for some of you, maybe this is why there's this strong level of confidence in wanting to move ahead. Once again, there's just that caveat that you don't move too fast with certain people and situations. You might want to, you're at the beginning, enjoy this fiery burst, but you might need to take it slow. And as I say again, if you're already in a marriage situation or in a partnership situation, this doesn't have to do with a love partner necessarily. This could also have to do with a business partnership, and it could have to do with something happening with your own partner. So 8th house. Now we're into Scorpio energy. Scorpio is strong transformational energy. So this is about how things are changing for you on a much deeper level. Sometimes it has to do with other people's money as well. We have Lotus with Temperance, okay? So definitely the message here is keep cool and keep things in balance. Temperance suggests that you are in a time of integrating maybe past and present, or maybe integrating contradictory situations and things into resolving contradictions. A lot of times we may be faced with paradoxical or opposite things and think, well, I have to keep one and discard the other. But temperance shows up more when we need to integrate things, when we need to see how they fit together. There's also a strong creative energy to temperance too. This is sometimes called the art card in other decks. So I just feel that this is a time of integration and of also finding balance for you. So I see a lot of exciting and excitable energy. Definitely a sense of, ready to get up and go, but do make sure that you've integrated the old and that you are operating from sort of a central place. I mean, to me, Lotus is about meditation. It's about operating from that calm center rather than making immediate emotional decisions. Okay, so 9th house is Sagittarius energy, and this is about long distance travel. It's about higher education, expanding your boundaries. So this could be about learning of all kinds, but tends to be deeper learning that somehow broadens your horizons. And sometimes it also has to do with legal matters. Now, okay, so we have Isis here with the 9 of Wands. Now, 9 of Wands suggests that there's a mental cruelty or worry about something. And with Isis, this could have to do with a mother figure, whether it's your actual mother or just somebody who takes on a kind of a caring, nurturing kind of role. There's strong High Priestess energy associated with Isis. And I think that, and this also just is a situation where, care, nurturing, and caution may be called for, patience may be called for. It's interesting, given all of the impetuous energy here, there may be a situation, again, this could be related to a long journey. It could be related to a situation related to education. or maybe even to a church or something. Again, you take it as it resonates here, but those are all the things that have to do with this house. Sagittarian energy also has to do with freedom and remaining independent as well. So I don't know. I feel like there's a situation where either you need nurturing or somebody else does. And and again, there's something about somebody who might potentially be at a distance from you, or something connected to this higher education or higher way of thinking. So this could literally have to do with an educational institution, is what I'm saying, for some of you. But this Nine of Swords seems to indicate that there's mental torment, there's grief about something. And I can't help but to feel, with all of this other energy about moving ahead on things, that this may be one component of the situation, this broadening of the horizons. Maybe that you have to be a little bit patient. You may be feeling like certain things, like we have the Hanged Man over here straight across from it. I think there might be a situation where you're anxious for news, or anxious for something to move ahead, or get going, or some boundary to be broken, and it's not happening yet. So you may be very, very nervous and worried, saying, oh, I need to move, I need to go on this, but things aren't happening. Does this mean it's not going to happen? Does this mean there's going to be problems? Does this mean I made a decision, bad decision? There's definitely some kind of grief coming from this quarter. So take it as it resonates, but I can't help but to feel that it's connected to this idea that you are ready to rock and roll, ready to move ahead, but there's a need to kind of restrain that energy right now. Not to stop and not to halt. I mean, Hanged Man ultimately means we got to do what it takes to push beyond. But it may be that, we are at the beginning stages of something, and, the particular goal or outcome that we may be looking for may not quite be here yet. Okay. 10th house is Capricorn energy. This is your fame, career, reputation, sometimes deals with the father. Okay, so we have Ta with the 5 of Cups. Now, Ta is Capricorn energy in the Capricorn house. So this is of course, that's always very good when you have the same card and the same dignity in the same house. That kind of exalts the essence of that card. And Ta has a strong masculine energy here. So there could be a father image here potentially. But I also feel like this has to do with mastery of something, that you are the master of something, that you are able to take control of a situation, that you have the skills that what it takes to be successful, to have a good reputation. And I feel like over here, when I look at it across with the job house, it's funny, you've got Hathor and Ta. So this is like you've got the feminine here and you've got the masculine here. So it's almost like you've got this thing that's in balance. But you have it with the 5 of Cups. So I have a feeling there's some regret here. Maybe you're looking back at something. I have a feeling you are ready to move on from something career-wise, but you are looking at these spilled cups. You are looking maybe at what's been lost, or maybe something you've invested in that hasn't worked out, or maybe you're just, you have an attachment to the past. You're looking back and maybe mourning maybe what could have been with something. But it's really time to just look at the cups that are now upright, and to look at this bridge to the future. I feel like you're afraid to move ahead on something, and I think this is saying, be kind to yourself, with Isis there, certainly. But it's just saying, you don't doubt yourself. You're definitely a master here. And letting go of the past is what's going to help you really overcome these challenges and move to the future. So let's look at the 11th house. The 11th house is your own energy, Aquarian energy. So this is about destiny. It's about your goals, hopes, and wishes. It's about friendship, or your social networks. Okay, and you have Thoth with the Empress. This is interesting because you've got this Mother card over here in the 9th, and you've got this Mother card over here in the 11th. And when I look down in your actual mother house, there seems to be some kind of a secret something, or some kind of third-party thing. So I don't know. For some of you, this may connect literally to your own mother, or a mother figure in your life, or somebody you know who's going to be a mother. But having this with Thoth, I almost feel like there's something happening here within your network. And again, the Empress doesn't have to do with the mother. This is strong Taurian energy, so this could be a Taurian person. Or it could just be this idea of, planting seeds of abundance. Empress is also card 3. We've got 3s here. We've got a 3 here. We've got this 3 energy here. 2 plus 1 here is 3. We've got a 3 over here in your relationships. So I feel like, yeah, like you're laying the foundation for something. You're building something here. Empress has a lot to do with planting seeds. It also has to do with opportunities that come to you rather than ones that you seek out. So I have a feeling perhaps through your networks, through a friend, there may be some kind of opportunity here. Like if you're looking to make these changes, maybe that's why we see this female here. And that's interesting because the Hathor is very much like the Empress in terms of its energy. So I have a feeling for some of you at least, I mean, this could have, I feel like this has to do with a goal that you have, perhaps with your career or with something else. And there just seems like there's going to be an offer incoming from somebody. And there's a strong female vibe to this offer, for at least for some of you. And Thoth seems to indicate something karmic, like a karmic good turn, something that's coming up at the right time for you. And there's a whole lot here. You've got Horus, you've got Thoth. These are all, and then you've got Nephthys too. There are 4 cards of healing in Cartouche. There's Thoth, there's Horus, there's Nephthys, and then there's Bast. Bast is the only one that's not here, but there's definitely a sense of, I don't know, there's very strong sense of healing through relationships and through connections with others, because you have this here. So I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of exciting new possibilities, and they're not going to be something you necessarily looking for. So yeah, it's not something you're necessarily looking for, but I feel like something's going to come to you, and it's going to allow you to break this stalemate, allow you to break this connection to the past and get rid of this worry that you have here, and finally find the kind of peace and balance that you're looking for. Now in the 12th house, okay, this is what you're afraid of. This is what you don't see. This is what you don't show to other people. Maybe it's something you're not even aware of yourself. But you have the 7 of Pentacles with Nephthys. So 7 of Pentacles, yeah, I mean, it's almost like what I said in the 10th house here. There's this sense of, I've put effort into something, and is it wasted effort? Is it worth it? There's definitely a sense of patience here, like I saw with Isis over here. And Nephthys definitely indicates a card of something that has not come to fruition yet. Something that you're wondering or worried about, what is unknown in the situation, or what still has to come into play. Now, interestingly, you've got a 7 here, and you've got a 7 here. Okay, so we have 2 card number 7. So I don't know. I have a feeling whatever your doubts or fears are, they're going to be resolved. I'm feeling, I don't know, the 7 weeks is the first thing that pops into my mind. But again, numbers don't have to matter. So, you can take that with a grain of salt, but it would be interesting to kind of mark your calendar and see if something does come up in the next 7 weeks. Could even be as soon as 7 days for some of you. But I'm not feeling 7 months. I'm not feeling really beyond 7 weeks, but I feel like there's something coming here. But right now, you just may be afraid of, what this harvest is going to look like, because, you're not there yet. 7 of Pentacles is definitely about not being there yet. But I think this is more just a fear of the unknown. Like 9 of Swords to me has to do with things, if you're being afraid of things that have not happened. Okay? And 5 of Cups is just kind of looking at things almost pessimistically, like, well, I've lost this thing, or this thing, didn't work out, or this thing isn't happening for me. But I think it's saying, again, Hanged Man, turn yourself upside down. You want to take a different perspective on the situation that you're in. Now, overall, you have 2 of Pentacles with fire. And so fire, yeah, I mean, this connects again. You've got the Knight of Wands. You've got the 8 of Wands. You've got the Ace of Wands. There's a whole bunch of fire here in your chart. Even Temperance, this is Sagittarius energy, even though it's more of an even-keeled kind of an energy. You're all revved up and ready to go. And the 2 of Pentacles indicates it is time for a natural change. Okay, now 2 of Pentacles can mean that right now you're juggling different things. Maybe you're having to make some decisions. But 2 of Pentacles to me, ultimately, I feel like it's about a flow that occurs naturally. And seeing the Empress up here in this house, I just feel like you are right on the verge of getting what it is that you want, or getting to where you want to go with your goals, whether these are career goals, whether these are relationship goals. Something is flowing towards its natural place, its natural conclusion. So, yeah, so it's good to be fired up, but do remember that some patience is going to be required here, and and that you are at the beginning of a particular situation, that there's something new here that's coming in, So right now, what you want to do is just make sure you're grounded and centered and operating from a central place. Okay, so your Avebury Oracle card is Clarity, okay? And what this card says, all is crystal clear when we become focused and connected to ourselves and our surroundings. Okay, so yeah, this is why it's telling you to be centered and grounded. You definitely are not lacking for energy and action and being ready to make the effort, but it's just a matter of the passion that we have and the drive we have is good, but we want to make sure we're staying in this central place, and that we're operating, that we're balancing kind of that drive and heart with our practicality as well, so that we're not, so that we are able to have that clarity, so that we're able to clearly see what the opportunities are, and to be able to clearly, tell ourselves what things that we actually need to be let go of, even if there are things that maybe we wish worked out or that we missed or that we're worried the new steps that we're taking are not going to work out. I don't feel like you need to worry about that. I feel like you are moving in a very good direction, and that, again, you should continue to be confident, but also remember you might need to have a little patience for things that haven't quite come through yet. So stay the course and stay in balance. That's it for this week, Aquarius. I hope this reading is helpful. If it was, please definitely give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you like, and if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.